and the day after that. By all means, do not miss the Camellia Show Spectacular now at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, time for Justice League estate sales. They're going to sing Christmas songs today. I'm pretty sure. La 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 la. We're all here today. The Beatles are here, Robin.
I know. This is great.
Paul Baker, Stacy Baker, Greg Miller, and Melissa Miller. Good morning and
good morning.
Merry Christmas.
Are you all ready?
Almost. I gotta get a few dollars.
We're all waiting for the Powerball number tonight to see if we can finish shopping.
Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Did you have a lot of people coming out to your recent sales because of Christmas?
Unbelievable.
They would know. They took the weekend off.
Oh, you guys had a holiday, huh?
We did. We had a very, very successful sale this past weekend, and we had customers say, wow, I can't believe y'all are having a sale. We're so excited because nobody's having sales this weekend. But this is what, our second or third year of doing a sale right before Christmas?
Third year, yeah.
Yeah. And it's always been very good for us.
Wow. And were there any things that were specifically Christmassy? Like a few weeks ago, you had those little Christmas houses, but that was back in November or maybe October?
Nothing specific Christmas, no.
No.
No?
Yeah, this year, this past week, we did the normal household sale, and then we did the music sale.
That was insane.
Tell me about the music sound. Was there any music instruments there?
One, there was a saxophone.
A saxophone?
Nice.
Yeah.
And did it go quick?
Yeah, it went fast.
Yeah. Did the guy or lady who bought it, did they play it for you when they?
No.
Did you watch the video?
No.
That one you should. Greg played an instrument in the beginning.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Yeah, it was kind of fun.
All right.
Kind of fun.
Views.
But yeah, it was a very good weekend, and we attribute that to you guys and all the followers that you guys have helping us get, because we're getting more and more and more, and it's just amazing. I mean, people are coming to our sales, and we're blessed. It's awesome.
Yeah, but you know what? And thank you for the compliment. But the truth is, if we point to something and nobody wants to go in through that door, they won't go through that door. So we point. They look, and then they show up because they're interested. Because you guys put on a really good, your website is outstanding. The fact that you do videos and the fact that you very, what's the good word, Robin? That means very completely, there's a better word than that, but you completely show what's there.
Right.
And describe what's there.
Right.
So.
We want people to know. We want them to feel, hey, that's what I'm going there to buy. Just like when you plan for Christmas to go to the mall, you know what you're going to buy, and we want them to do the same thing when they come to our sales.
But the one thing that must be hard is if there's one thing and everybody wants it, that's tough. But like when you had lots of vinyl records, then you say, oh, there's probably going to be something there for me, right?
Oh, yeah.
If you're into vinyl, right? Did you sell a lot of records?
We sold about, I would say, between a third and a half.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It was people that were there all day from open to close going through the records.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
There was a lot to look through.
Oh, there was.
We were so tired of looking at records.
It was mind-blowing.
That's amazing, isn't it?
We sold every single CD that was in the house, and there was about 15,000.
And we're not exaggerating. We're not exaggerating.
Wow.
But the vinyl wasn't as popular, huh?
Well, you got to be a specific collector for that,
Right, yeah. So, but the CDs all sold.
CDs also.
Really? Did you guys buy any yourself?
No.
No?
I don't even want to look at a record.
Do you play Christmas music in your homes?
I play it in my
Unfortunately.
vehicle.
In your vehicle?
vehicle,
all the
yeah.
time.
Nice.
What do you mean, unfortunately? You don't like it?
Oh,
You're not a
no.
fan?
No. We had, my father-in-law had an accident one year on Christmas Eve, and we had to drive from Tennessee, where we lived, to Florida Christmas Eve,
Oh,
all
my
Christmas
gosh.
night.
Yeah.
That was the only thing on the radio, so it pretty much ruined me. For
So you've
Christmas
got,
music.
is your dad okay?
Oh, yeah, that was 10 years ago.
Oh, okay,
Well,
okay.
actually, 19 years ago.
19
Sorry.
years ago, yeah.
And you helped out
19 years, wow.
Florida Kids Helping Kids with your
Oh,
toy
yeah, how did
donation.
that-
Jerry was so excited when she came
Oh,
by on
yeah.
Friday and selected all the toys. She was looking at each one individually and commenting, and we were telling her about them and about you guys and about Justice, and she was very moved.
Can I share with you something? Because
Yes,
she just
please.
posted this. This is like perfect timing. Hold on, I gotta see. Let's see. Okay, her name is Jerry, and she wrote, "Today we have 5 homeless families' parents coming in to shop for their kids with toys we set aside just for them. Their gratitude is something words cannot express. Thank you for making this possible." Thanking everybody who contributed to that.
That's awesome.
And there's a picture, there's a video, I think, of one of the little children. So
And she picked them up on Friday and started the toy drive on Saturday.
That's
so you
awesome.
guys have helped
great.
make a lot of children happy.
Yeah.
Justice needs some credit for that because I
Yes.
think he had a blast putting the toys out.
Yes.
Yeah, that was great.
how is he? How's Justice?
He's doing good now.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's doing much better. I mean, he has his days, but
Yeah.
no, he does really well.
Does he get Christmas? Does he understand it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he does.
He likes his Christmas.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you have any thing going on this weekend, or are you guys taking a break from that?
Rest and relaxation this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not really. We're still working.
We're still working.
We're just not having a sale this week.
So, what's your favorite Christmas beverage?
Eggnog.
Eggnog? Alcoholic or non?
Non-alcoholic.
Non-alcoholic. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I like it too, but it is one of those things. Like it's kind of like a. Oh, what's that thing they sell at the fair?
Oh, a cake, a funnel cake.
Like funnel cake.
Yeah.
Can't eat too much of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's the thing with eggnog. That's why they only make it once a year because you like it, but you can only have it at that time. You don't want
A
it
little bit. Yeah.
any other time.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other favorite beverages that are Christmas?
It'll be water this year.
Yeah. Paul just had surgery, major surgery. So
You had surgery?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so now
my.
I'm only allowed drinking.
Water.
Oh my gosh.
Is that why you were out?
Yeah.
Oh, you made it seem like you were on a holiday.
Definitely
I'm
not.
sure he would have much rather been on holiday.
Was it unexpected?
No, I had it all planned.
Oh,
Yeah.
you okay?
But he got a good taste of what poor little Justice went through with all that stomach
It
surgery.
was a stomach surgery.
Oh, okay.
Sleeve surgery.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so.
So do you have any upcoming sales that you're preparing for after the new year?
Oh, yes.
You know, and I want everybody to, and I think everybody else would agree with this, to watch the last video we just did for the first weekend of January, because we want to tell everybody how much we appreciate them and how much our customers mean to us. So we put that in the video. We're going to shoot another special video for that. But we're making, everybody has New Year's resolutions. Our New Year's resolution is how much more can we do for the customer? So our goal is to start having 3, 4, maybe even more sales every single week for them. Give them something to do every single weekend. They can get up and they can go, okay, on Thursday morning I'm going to this Justice League, on Friday morning I'm going to this Justice League, on Saturday morning I'm going to this Justice League. We want them to not go anywhere else. Just come to see us.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So, can I
Great
play the video
opportunity.
on the air?
Where
is
did we
it?
put it up? It's not up there yet.
Oh, it's not
Yeah.
there yet.
No.
Okay.
It'll be up this afternoon.
Look at you guys.
Excellent.
You
That was
you
my
are
fault.
stars. You are stars. Look at you.
The best of the best.
Yeah.
We are. We are
Pretty
definitely
amazing.
But yeah.
Not only are we increasing our sales in January, but we're also going to be opening our warehouse in January, Seeking Justice for Autism. So all the proceeds from that warehouse is going to autism.
I think you should become an a cappella group.
God. So how long will the warehouse be open?
If plans go in proper effect, it's going to be permanent. That's just if our plans can make it happen. Because it's one of those things that we get so busy, we don't literally have the time. So, but we're trying. We're working on it.
Well, and something I want to say is, the 4 of us, we are the owners. We take pride in everything we do. So nothing is done without one of us. So if we're having 4 sales, we're all already in a spot. And right now we have not come to the point where we want to let anybody else in with us, as far as, you know, there'll never be another owner, but we oversee everything we do. So unfortunately, we're very limited when we're having a bunch of sales on who else we can do.
Right.
Luckily, we have, you know, Paul's kids, they're fantastic, and hopefully one day they come in and, you know, really be a part of us. But right now they have their own jobs and their own lives too. But other than that, we don't let anyone in our little circle.
It's hard to find somebody who has the passion that we do for, I mean, autism and what we do. So that's what makes it hard. Because it's not just hiring a body off the street. They got to have that passion just like we do.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're out there. You know, they say if you build it, they will come. I think that there's a God thing happening with that kind of those kind of people. They just show up somehow, right?
There's a God thing happening big time in our group right now.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you are speaking to two different people. You're speaking to the buyer and the seller.
Correct.
So we've spoken mostly to the buyer, I think, in all of our visits. Can you talk to the seller a little bit? How does somebody get the ball rolling so you can work with them to get a sale? What do they do?
Well, normally what happens is I'll get a phone call. We used to go by leads, and that was so rough because when we first started, you had to wait till the Monday or Tuesday, be the first one to call. It's not like that no more. They actually call us. We set up a time to sit down with them, go through the house, and that's how we set up the sale. We tell them about the 3 days. They tell us anything they want done, like if they want reserve prices, we do that for them, and we just accommodate with them. And it just seems like it's picking up a lot now than it used to. I mean, they're calling us every day to set up appointments.
So that sounds like us with the book authors. We have every single day, we have more people wanting to be interviewed than we have time to do that.
Right. Wow.
So we have to turn some away,
That happens
which is
to us.
hard.
Go ahead.
And we have some people that, like, I have another company that we're good friends with, and then another company that came to us and said, how do we get as big as you? And it really stunned us because we didn't think we were big. So when they asked that, we were like, you know what, we want to help them. So I think we've given, 3 sales away already that we couldn't do just to them.
Well, that's good. That's the way to do it.
Well, we're not against each other. Everybody's working with each other.
Yeah, sure.
I don't see anybody as, hey, they're going to be, that's a new person, they're going to take your sale. That's not how it is.
Right, no, absolutely.
There's enough business out there. There is enough for all these companies that are there.
There's no competitive. Paul's the one who first said this. You're not a competitor. You do the same thing we do. So you're a work associate. You're a partner. Whether we do the sale or you do the sale, it's all about taking care of the people. And somebody mentored us. When we first started, we had a company that said, here, this is how we want you to do it. And we still work very closely with that company, and they give us business all the time because they're good people. So we wanted to, in turn, pass that forward. And Paul took that up and just, I mean, every single person that he talks to, they love him because he treats them right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And for us to recommend you or partner with you or work with you, that's a big deal, because if you don't have the same values and the same beliefs we do, and you're not on the same page, we just don't associate with you. So you have to be honest and fair and treat your people right, or we just move on, because
so often these customers they're in a time of need. They've just lost a loved one. They've put a loved one into an assisted living.
Right.
They're oftentimes they're out of city, out of town, out of state. They don't have time because they're working. They're taking care of their own families. They don't have time to get here and handle this. So the service that we provide to them is very, very valuable. To take care of them right. So we strive very hard to do that, and if we're going to share that business with anybody else, we want them to do the same thing and think that same way.
Because these families are in a unique position right then, and don't laugh, but I can't say the word, but they're in that where they could be taken advantage of so easily because they have to trust somebody.
Yeah.
So, we wanted to build our business on trust, 100% trust. That they know when we go in there, anything of value or anything that's found is turned over to them, told about them, just we're all about honesty and integrity. I mean, if I had to put a word on our company, I would have to probably say integrity.
Melissa, I'm stuck on the word you can't say. I was trying to think of what it was.
No.
What was it?
Yes.
Vulnerable.
I cannot say it. And I'm not doing it because they make me do it all the time. I cannot say that word for nothing.
How do you keep up with social media? Because that's a full-time job in itself.
We each have our own.
Oh, I know.
Stacy does the Facebook. I do Instagram, and Melissa, I do the YouTube videos. Melissa handles the upload and the publishing of them.
Let's tell the truth. Stacy does it all.
Yes.
She really does. She runs our website. She takes care of YouTube. She does all of our emailing. She does our Square marketing. She does it all. Greg shoots a couple Instagram videos, and if I remember, I upload the YouTube videos. But the credit
You're a good
all
team, though.
goes on her.
You're a good team. Well, thank you for this is such a fun segment for us as a radio station. You give us a gift because you give us something fun to do on the air, and it really is a giving thing too. Because I want to. The one thing Rob and I have always been about is making sure the listeners have something useful that they're getting from the show.
Right.
In your case, I mean, there's something every week.
Oh, absolutely.
Every time you come in here. So if I could just repeat the website, justiceleagueestatesales.com. Trust me, if you go there as a buyer, you're going to see lots of cool things to buy in the future.
And as a seller, on our front page is a list of questions that you want to ask any estate sale companies when you interview them.
Oh, very good.
That's
Very
wonderful.
good.
And
Very
I'll
good.
take
Insight.
Yeah, and look at our Google reviews also.
Okay.
We have the sellers and the buyers leave us reviews on there.
And you know what's funny is that everyone I talk to, when we come in, we all talk to, we say, interview more companies. Don't stop with us. Interview more companies. But if there's something you need to know, if you have a question, even if you don't go with us, call me because we'll help you through it.
Yes.
And then they look at you like, what? You know, but I want to make sure they don't get taken advantage of. And then
Right,
that's how we
sure.
all are.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So if
That
they
is
just
really
go
awesome.
to our website,
You're a
see
good
the
fit for
question.
us because we try to be up and up, whatever that expression is. Merry
See,
Christmas.
you can't say it either.
Is that the word, up and up?
It starts with a V. Stacy told you.
Vulnerable.
Oh, vulnerable.
Oh, see? Just
Try it.
rolls.
Let me hear it.
No.
Vol. Ner.
No. No.
Bull.
No. Can't do it.
That's funny. That's
Comes out really bad.
That's
Really
too
bad.
funny. That's too funny. Maybe something happened. Maybe there's a psychological thing.
Maybe. I don't know. Y'all are giving me anxiety about the word.
No. You guys enjoy your Christmas. Paul, get well, and whatever you're going through right now, I hope everything's back to normal soon. And don't drink just water.
That's it.
Actually, water's the best thing. My son only drinks water. Yeah.
It is.
Thank you. Merry Christmas
Thank you.
to
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Thank you.
Merry
Hope you guys really have a great holiday.
Thank you.
You too.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week.
So we'll see you on New Year's Eve.
We'll see you next year. Oh, no, New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
All right. JusticeLeagueEstatesales.com is the website we would like you to go to. We'll take a break. Be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Here are today's headlines from The Source, WOCA. Police in Florida say a woman was killed when a stolen car crashed and flipped onto the car she was in. An officer spotted a stolen car yesterday morning and began following it in unmarked cars as they plotted how to handle the situation. Orlando Police spokesman Sergeant David Baker told news outlets. The stolen car then sped off, striking a patrol car before running a red light and causing a crash that flipped into the air and onto the top of another car. A passenger in the latter car died, and its driver was seriously injured. Two men who allegedly fled in the stolen car were also injured and have been arrested. Baker said the driver suffered moderate injuries, while the male passenger had serious injuries. A female passenger was thrown from the stolen vehicle during the crash and suffered serious injuries. That woman was not arrested. Authorities did not immediately release the identities of those involved. It's unclear what charges, if any, have been filed against the men in the crash. Baker says officers were not chasing the stolen car, and there's no indication of wrongdoing by the officers. An internal investigation will review the case. Sheriff's deputies in Florida were searching for a suspect who they believe exploded an ATM in an unsuccessful effort to steal money. In a news release, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office reports that an ATM exploded in Tampa early Sunday just after surveillance cameras caught the male suspect spray painting the exterior cameras black at the Pilot Bank. The Tampa Bay Times reports the suspect was unable to get through the ATM's internal safe, so no money was taken. Authorities said a similar incident took place at another bank in nearby Oldsmar, Florida, back in November. A South Florida neighborhood has been plagued with a toxic and smelly odor for almost 2 weeks due to 3 back-to-back sewer main breaks. Sewage flowed for 9 days in the Rio Vista neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale during the first break earlier this month. 2 days after a repair, the 54-inch pipe ruptured in another spot a block away. The South Florida Sun-Sentinel reports the break sent sludge into the Tarpon River, streets, and a neighborhood park. A third break occurred in the same sewer line in the next day or two. Crews were working around the clock to make repairs needed to funnel the toxic sludge back into the system, but the smell has infiltrated several homes. Flash flooding and heavy rains have delayed dozens of flights and disrupted some services at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. The airport tweeted early yesterday that it was closed due to flash flooding and severe rains. It tweeted an update at about 6:30 a.m. that said flight operations were resuming. It had issued an advisory late Sunday that said more than 150 of its flights were experiencing weather delays and 11 flights had been canceled. Areas around the airport were hit with about 6 inches of rain between midnight and early yesterday morning, according to WPTV-TV. Elsewhere in South Florida, parking garages and streets were flooded from heavy rains. South Florida television station WSVN-TV captured video of a person kayaking through the grounds of the Gulfstream Park racing track and casino in Helendale Beach. Thoroughbred racehorses at the track were being relocated because of flooding in some of the stables. No horses were injured, and races were not scheduled to resume until Thursday. A small oceanside town in South Florida has created a resilience fund that will be used to help residents adapt to climate change in a first-of-its-kind effort. The town of Surfside's fund will be used for buyouts of residents' homes, among other projects. It also will give residents an assessment of the risks of living where they are. So far, the $250,000 in it has been funded by developers and the town. Town officials said the fund will help residents deal with the uncertainty of living in a place where the sea is expected to rise 2 feet by the year 2060. John Maycomer, a professor at the Harvard Business School who specializes in resilience investment, told the Miami Herald that he has not heard of any other such fund in any U.S. city. Wild Florida has opened its new drive-through safari park. The safari park is an expansion of the Osceola County Wildlife Park. The drive-through safari takes visitors on a self-guided 2-mile trek through a natural habitat filled with more than 100 freely roaming animals. Some of the animals visitors are likely to see include white-tailed deer, bison, cracker cows, zebras, and Watusi. Visitors will drive through the park at 5 miles per hour, with the whole experience taking about 1 hour. Admission to the drive-through safari park is $29 for adults and $20 for children, and includes admission to the Gator Park, where visitors can see over 200 animals through animal shows. Reservations are required for the drive-through safari park. 40 organizations across the South are sharing in a $2.3 million grant from Gilead Sciences to help stop the spread of HIV/AIDS. Let's Beehive Orlando is one of the groups that will be working to change attitudes.
There's so much stigma associated with HIV that people are actually afraid to seek care.
Dr. Andrea Dunn says Let's Beehive will use the grant to find new alternative ways to reach out to those who may be at a higher risk for contracting the illness. The new year could bring criminal charges in South Florida for a famous rapper. Lil Wayne's jet was searched last night in Miami Opa-locka Executive Airport, and a law enforcement source told news outlets that a gun was found. The Miami Herald reports that cocaine also was found. No arrest was announced, but federal prosecutors might indict Lil Wayne after the holidays. During the last-minute Christmas shopping rush, Attorney General Ashley Moody is issuing a consumer alert to make sure some Grinch doesn't steal your identity.
More than 440,000 consumers nationwide fell victim to identity theft last year, including almost 38,000 Floridians.
Moody says when browsing and purchasing online, use only a secure connection. Residents in South Florida should be aware of a growing illness. The Department of Health in Miami-Dade County is announcing that 2 more cases of dengue fever have been confirmed. That brings the number of cases this year to 14. Dengue fever is spread through mosquitoes. As 2019 draws to a close, so does the grace period given to drivers nabbed for texting behind the wheel.
Starting January 1st, officers will begin issuing tickets instead of warnings to drivers nabbed sending texts, emails, or scrolling through social media while their car is in drive. Governor Ron DeSantis says in addition to making texting a primary offense, the law also bans the use of handheld wireless devices like tablets.
If you're operating a motor vehicle in a designated school crossing, school zone.
A first texting offense is punishable by a $30 fine. A second offense carries a $60 fine and 3 points on your license. Wendy Grossman, Miami.
And on this Christmas Eve day, we want to say Merry Christmas and thank you to all of our listeners. We hope you have a happy, healthy, and safe holiday. And we want to thank you once again for your generosity, giving so many toys to the Florida Kids Helping Kids program. Merry Christmas. And those are the headlines from The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Today, sun and some clouds, high 67 to 69. Tonight, partly cloudy with a shower and spots arriving late inland, low 56 to 63. Then for Christmas Day tomorrow, partial sunshine with a breezy afternoon, showered a few spots near the coast, high 74 to 78. And at night, it will be partly cloudy and mild with a low around 65. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Kevin Snyder.
Folks, the camellias at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala are absolutely bursting in bloom like they never have been before. The fall and winter early weather have been just right for